Out there to you. In this video, we're going to calculate the total surplus in this market. Now, this market has a negative externality, and I know that because it says the social marginal cost. And so you can see it follows the supply curve in a linear fashion. It's $2 more at each point along the supply curve. So that actually means that the externality, the negative externality is $2. So the cost to society is an extra $2 for each unit that's supplied. What that would do is that would make the socially optimal or the market efficient at 60 units, and then the price would be paid would be 60. But in the free market, the producers are going to ignore this, so are the consumers. So we're going to end up with our regular old supply and demand situation, which is right here. So the consumer surplus, we're going to follow this down along the demand curve, and it would be the area of this orange triangle right here, which letter-wise, if I'm looking at just the letters, the consumer surplus in the free market would be A, B, C, D, and E. Pretty used to that, hopefully. And then the producer surplus, it starts out here at 2. It's the area above the supply curve, but below the price. So it's going to be $2 up to $5. And the producer surplus can be the area of I, F, G, and H. The total surplus is going to be the area of consumer surplus plus producer surplus. So it's like this purple thing that I'm shading right here. This would be the total surplus in the market. Just add those both together. You can calculate them separately, but since we're doing total surplus, let's add both of those together. Okay, and so it's going to be just this big triangle, and it's going to be 1/2, 6 to $2, so that's be $6 times the number of units, 0 to 90, so it'd be 90, and 6 times 90, we know what that is, but we want to put it in the calculator anyway, is 270. So 270 would be the free market consumer and producer surplus. Now, the way I would think about this, though, is I would think there's a little bit more because there's a deadweight loss. So the deadweight loss is the difference between the cost to the private suppliers, which is right here, and the socially social marginal cost curve, which is that externality included. Okay, so it'd be also this area. So we're actually losing this. This is an inefficiency. So I would probably take this away. I would take away unit K if I was explaining this. So, and this goes from $5 to $7. So it's going to be the area of that triangle. So that would be $2 times the number of units that we're overproducing with this negative externality, which would be 3. Okay, and so here I can do this in my head. It would just be $30. So if I take that away from the market outcome, we really get to 40, okay, for our total surplus when we account for the externality.